Hi guys, Uncle Mike again. Sitting out here in my shop, and I got a couple of people on with YouTube, I guess, have been asking about how I make the coin rings look like they're round, or they're rounded in on the ends instead of cone shaped. And I'm going to try to show you how I do this here, and about as quick as I can. Let me stick this in this. Now, don't complain about my messy bench here. My shop's a wreck, but I live alone and I can do what I want. So let's see here. Let me see if that'll bring you in here so I can show you. All right, I think that'd probably do it here. Maybe if I bring it over this way just a little bit more. Whoop, that's too far. All right, what I use is a doming block, or it's called dapping blocks, I guess, too. Two different names for it. Does the same thing. Right now I'm going to make a coin ring for my niece's son, which is his favorite place is Chuck E. Cheese. So I took a Chuck E. Cheese token, and I'm going to shrink it down in size so that it'll fit him. It'll be rounded on the corners. What I'm doing ends up looking a lot like this ring right here, if you can see that. It's there we go. It's a rounded off coin. They're rounded on, instead of it being like, say, this one, where it's just flat, it's rounded. And normally what I do is the big end of the coin, whoop, dang it, just dropped it. The big end of the coin, I picked up a little bit of steel wool with that. I put on the bottom side here. The reason I do that, here, let me get another coin here. If you stick your coin on here and you put it on upside down, if you put it on this direction, every time you whack it, because it's bent, it's going to want to walk its way back off of your shaft. But if you put it on this direction, every time you whack it, it's going to want to walk this way up your shaft. So you can go ahead and size it. If you want to make a small ring and you don't want it to end up being very big, you want to start off not having to drive it on there with a piece of PVC pipe. So you go ahead and start sizing it with this here. It'll work its way up here, and you're going to gain probably 3 or 4 sizes. It'll end up being probably a size 5 or something like that, maybe a 6, depending on the size of the hole you put in here. And now you can make it bigger by just driving it up the shaft. You can make it smaller by using the dapping block. You're going to take this here. First off, you're going to protect the jaws of your vise and your dapping block by putting some aluminum angles over the top of your vise. And then you're going to find a hole that best fits this ring. There we go. Slip it inside your vise here. Alright, and now you're going to just clamp her down. And I'm going to try to do the other side of it just to make it so it looks uniform. Alright, let me pull that out and I'll show you what I've done. What that does now is it rounds that ring off. Makes a little better looking ring for, I guess girls, or even I wear one that's rounded off, so what am I saying? What you're going to need to do, though, with a ring like this here, is it brings the edge of these in, and it's kind of sharp on your fingers. So you're going to have to take your dremel tool, and you're going to grind a flat on each side inside here, so that you have a good flat surface that this is going to sit on. It doesn't bother your finger as nearly as bad when you got a flat spot there. Once you got it all ground out, you got a good flat on there, buff it out. I'm going to buff this one here out because it's made out of a brass, it looks like, which should shine up and look pretty nice for the kid. Anyway, I hope that answers a lot of the questions, and I'll talk to you guys later.